In 1932, at the deepest point of the Great Depression, 1 in 4 working Americans had no job. Banks failed. Savings vanished. And yet, millions of families found a way to keep food on the table. They didn't do it through office jobs. They did it through cash trades, the kind your great-grandfather invented out of necessity, that still pay $1,000 a week or more in 2026. The Federal Reserve has been quietly warning about another long economic squeeze for years. Inflation, debt, and disappearing pensions are pushing more retirees back to work than at any point since the 40s. Today we are counting down 25 forgotten Depression-era cash trades that still pay real money today, with numbers verified through BLS, ZipRecruiter, and Small Business Reporting. Stay until the end, because number 1 is a trade that has come back so quietly that almost nobody under 50 even knows it exists. The people doing it are clearing serious cash on a kitchen table. If this is the kind of forgotten practical wisdom you came here for, subscribe and hit the bell. There's a new video on this channel every week. Quick note before we start, some of these trades require licensing or cottage food permits depending on your state. Let us count it down. Number 25, the traveling tinker. In the 30s, the tinker showed up with a pushcart full of soldering irons and copper rivets, repairing pots, pans, and kettles door to door. The trade collapsed when stamped aluminum cookware made replacement cheaper than repair, but cast iron has come roaring back, and so has the demand for someone who can restore vintage pieces. Cast iron restoration specialists charged $50 to $200 per pan for de-rusting, reseasoning, and handle repair, with rare Griswold and Wagner pieces commanding premium fees. Number 24, the boot black and shoe shine. Grandpa shined shoes outside the train station for a nickel a pair. The trade was nearly extinct by the 90s, but the high-end leather shoe market has come back hard. Premium shoe care now runs $8 to $30 per shine, with hotel and airport lounges charging the higher end. A solo operator outside a business district building or country club clears $100 to $300 on a busy weekday with leather conditioner and a few brushes. Number 23, the handyman with a wheelbarrow. Different from the modern handyman with a truck, the Depression-era version did small neighborhood fix-it jobs on foot. The trade is alive in dense urban neighborhoods where parking is impossible, and a man with a backpack of tools can hit 10 small jobs in a day. Side hustle reporting shows neighborhood handymen charging $40 to $75 per small repair, with a route of 4 to 6 homes per day clearing $200 to $400. Number 22, the day laborer hire. In the 30s, men gathered at sunrise on street corners, hoping to be picked for a day of work. The modern version is digital, but the trade is exactly the same. Apps like Handy, Jobble, and Wanalo connect day workers with construction sites, warehouses, and event venues. The pay runs $18 to $30 per hour for a single day of work, with no commitment beyond showing up sober and on time. Number 21, the boarding house operator. Half of America rented spare rooms during the Depression. The modern version is Airbnb and direct room rental. AirDNA data shows the average Airbnb host in 2025 earned over $14,000 per year, with single-room rentals in major cities clearing $800 to $2,000 per month per room. A retiree renting 1 or 2 spare rooms generates real recurring monthly income, with the trade allowing the host to stay in their own home through retirement. Number 20, the lodger laundry service. Depression-era boarding houses included laundry as part of room and board. The modern version is wash and fold for busy professionals. Wash and fold laundry service charges $1.50 to $3 per pound, with regular accounts clearing $300 to $800 per week. A residential setup with a heavy-duty washer, dryer, and folding table can serve multiple regular clients without leaving the house. Number 19, the window washer. Grandpa cleaned windows during the Depression for a nickel a window, hauling a bucket and a squeegee through the neighborhood. According to ZipRecruiter, residential window cleaners charge $8 to $20 per window or $150 to $400 per house. A busy operator clears $700 to $1,200 per week, with commercial storefront accounts adding steady recurring revenue. Number 18, the hauling and moving man. Depression-era men with a truck or a strong back hauled coal, ice, furniture, and trash for whatever neighbors could pay. Modern, small hauling through GoShare Lug and direct Facebook Marketplace pays $150 to $400 per haul. Operators booking 3 to 5 hauls in a weekend clear $500 to $1,500 cash, with appliance and yard waste runs paying premium. Number 17, the kindling and small wood seller. Different from selling full cords of firewood, this is bundled kindling and small wood for fireplaces and outdoor pizza ovens. Bundled kindling sells for $8 to $15 per bundle at country stores, gas stations, and Facebook Marketplace. Steady producers clear $400 to $900 per week during fall and winter from materials that would otherwise be waste. Number 16, the home baker under cottage food law. Texas raised its cottage food cap to $150,000 per year in 2025. Other states are following home bakers selling bread, cookies, pies, and specialty cakes through Facebook, farmers markets, and direct neighborhood orders clear $600 to $2,500 per month. Established sellers commonly cross $5,000 monthly, with custom cake and wedding work paying the highest margins. Number 15. The home butcher and chicken processor. Backyard chicken keepers and small farmers need someone to humanely process and dress birds for the freezer. Mobile poultry processing services charge $5 to $15 per bird, with weekend operators handling 50 to 200 birds per day during fall processing season. That clears $500 to $2,000 per weekend, with regulations varying significantly by state and county. Number 14. The garden produce vendor. The Depression-era Victory Garden vendor sold tomatoes, peppers, beans, and squash from a card table at the road. A modest backyard garden, focused on heirloom tomatoes, peppers, and salad greens, can clear $300 to $700 per week at a Saturday farmer's market. The trade scales with garden size and skill, and many vendors transition into selling seedlings in spring and dried herbs in fall. Quick question before we keep going. Drop a comment with what your grandparents or great-grandparents actually did during the Depression to put food on the table. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the moment. The next trades are the ones almost nobody is teaching anymore, and they pay surprisingly well. Number 13. The home herbalist and dried herb seller. Depression-era kitchens grew and dried thyme, sage, oregano, mint, and chamomile, selling the surplus to neighbors and storekeepers. Cottage food laws in most states allow direct sale of dried culinary herbs and herbal tea blends without licensing. Hand-packaged jars sell for $6 to $15 at farmers markets, with a backyard herb plot clearing $400 to $1,000 per market season. Number 12. The street musician and busker. Performers played for tips on street corners through the entire Depression decade. The trade has come back in city tourist districts and at busy farmers markets and transit stations. A skilled acoustic musician working a weekend session clears $100 to $400 in cash, with venue regulations varying by city. Number 11. The portrait and caricature sketch artist. Depression-era artists set up at parks and fairs, drawing portraits for whatever passersby could pay. Modern caricature artists at weddings, corporate events, fairs, and tourist spots charge $50 to $150 per hour. Event bookings pay flat rates of $200 to $600 per session, with established artists booking multiple weekends per month. Number 10. The sign maker and hand-painted lettering artist. In the 30s, every shop window, truck door, and small business sign was hand-painted. The trade has come back hard with the small business and Etsy movement, especially for chalkboards and custom truck lettering. Hand-painted signs pay $75 to $400 per piece, with skilled letterers earning $2,000 to $5,000 monthly. Number 9. The errand runner and messenger. Depression-era kids ran errands for 15 cents apiece. The modern version is gig delivery and personal assistance. Platforms like Instacart, DoorDash, Shipt, and Roadie pay $15 to $25 per hour for errands and deliveries. Senior-friendly personal errand services for older neighbors pay $20 to $40 per hour direct, and the customer base keeps growing. Number 8. The livery driver. Depression-era drivers picked up neighbors for a quarter a ride. The modern version is Uber, Lyft, and direct senior transportation contracts. Bureau of Labor Statistics data places rideshare driver pay between $15 and $25 per hour after expenses. Non-emergency medical transport contracts pay significantly more for those willing to handle the certification, with steady route demand from medical centers. Number 7. The cart and small wheel repair. The wheelwright repaired wagons and push carts. The modern equivalent is mobility scooter, wheelchair, and electric bike repair. Mobility equipment repair specialists charge $60 to $120 per hour for in-home service. The customer base is growing every year as the population ages, and most repairs require basic mechanical and electrical knowledge. Number 6. The stonemason and brick repointing specialist. Depression-era masons rebuilt chimneys, foundations, and walks for whatever neighbors could pay. Bureau of Labor Statistics data shows masons earn a median of $27 per hour as employees, but independent mason repair work bills $60 to $120 per hour. Chimney repointing jobs clear $800 to $2,500 each, with seasonal demand peaking in spring and fall. Number 5. The water delivery service. Depression-era water haulers brought clean water to homes without wells. The modern version covers bulk water delivery to rural homes, construction sites, and pool fills. Operators with a pickup truck and tank charge $150 to $500 per delivery, with consistent routes clearing $1,000 to $2,000 per week. Number 4. The rag picker and material recycler. Depression-era rag pickers collected discarded cloth, metal, and paper for resale to mills and processors. The modern version covers textile recycling, vintage clothing buyers, and metal salvage beyond what we covered in scrap metal collection. Textile resale alone is a $64 billion industry projected to keep growing, with niche operators clearing serious income. Number 3. The chair caning and weaving specialist. This is the trade almost nobody knows still exists. Depression-era families made and repaired their own chair seats with hand-woven cane, rush, and splint. Today, antique chair repair is in serious shortage of qualified people. The Seat Weavers Guild maintains a directory because demand has outpaced supply. Skilled caning specialists charge $150 to $400 per chair seat. A retired person with a small workspace clears $600 to $1,500 per week part-time, with antique restoration commanding the highest rates. Number 2. The home dressmaker for custom clothing, different from alterations. This is making clothing from scratch for clients who cannot find what they want off the rack. Custom dressmaking has come back hard with the body positivity and modest fashion movements, and the resale boom has created appetite for high-quality original pieces. Custom dresses run $200 to $800 per piece, with bridal and special occasion gowns clearing $1,200 to $3,000 each. And here we are at number 1. The trade that almost completely disappeared after World War II, that paid grocery money during the Depression. Quiet seed savers are now turning it into surprising income on a kitchen table, with almost no competition in the market. Number 1. The heirloom seed saver and small-scale seed seller. During the Depression, families saved seeds from every garden plant they grew. They traded with neighbors and sold packets to the local feed store for grocery money. That was real, repeatable income. The modern seed market has consolidated into a handful of giant corporations, but heirloom and open-pollinated seed varieties are now in genuine shortage. A small seed saver growing 20 to 40 heirloom varieties on a backyard plot, hand-saving, drying, and packaging seeds into small envelopes. Sells packets for $3 to $8 each. Established backyard seed sellers on Etsy, Facebook, and local seed swaps clear $8,000 to $25,000 per year part-time. With rare heritage varieties commanding premium prices, the trade has almost no competition, almost no startup costs beyond seed and time, and the work happens at a kitchen table during the slow months. Grandpa would have called this exactly what it is: patient, useful, and yours. Here is what makes this whole list remarkable. Every one of these trades survived the worst economy in modern American history. They solved real problems for real neighbors, at prices people could actually afford. That is also why they still work in 2026. None require permission from a corporation, none require a degree, a startup loan, or a venture capital pitch. They require hands, patience, and a willingness to show up. A reminder before we close: some trades require state licensing, cottage food permits, food handler certificates, or registrations. Nothing here is professional advice. If you found even 3 of these trades useful, share this video with someone in your life who needs to hear that a working life is still possible after 60. Drop a comment telling me what your own grandparents or great-grandparents actually did during the Depression. The best stories become future videos. Hit subscribe, because next week we are going into the banned garage trades from the 70s that are still paying $1,000 a week today. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.